There was literally a fight in the school parking lot over a hacky sack.
Oh my gosh, no. Maseo, I did see this.
Yes,
I totally saw this. Yeah.
It's real.
It's
People
coming
like
back
hacky
now.
sacks. People are fighting over hacky sacks.
The last day of school when I was leaving, I saw people playing with hacky sacks in the parking lot. Last day.
Yes.
Okay.
I literally watched this dude get like a insane concussion fighting over a hacky sack in the parking lot. It's not hard to hand make one of those. Like my little sister made one. She like crocheted.
You could probably
a hacky
crochet
sack.
it. Yeah, I know
my
how to
sister
crochet.
crocheted a hacky sack. And so I was thinking, is what we do is I have my sister make like 2-3 hacky sacks, right? And so here's my proof, right? Like I document this process of her making these.
You lock your sister in the garage and force her to make hacky sacks, and you sell them, and then you lie about how much money you make, and you give her like $5.
No.
I love it. Maseo, the last couple episodes, I haven't been doing anything. I've just been getting into it, and I feel like it's not. I don't know if it's been working or not for the energy wise.
I don't know. You gotta like throw something.
I don't want to break anything. All right.
Yeah, really got their attention.
Hey, welcome back. Let's joke. Welcome back to Back of the Envelope, everyone. Long-awaited episode. I've been talking about
like
this
3
at
months.
the end of every episode. Like, well, maybe get a guest on. Maybe, I don't know. We finally made it happen. Everyone, this is Emma Schmauch. She started an Etsy store that actually Iman gave me a number. I don't know exactly how much it was, but
$12,000.
$12,000. And is that revenue or profit?
That's revenue.
Okay.
That's revenue.
So scaled an Etsy store to $12,000 in profit. And I believe this was before the whole like Etsy turning into every dropshipper's new marketplace, right? This was like back in like early Etsy stages.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you consider early,
or not early, but like before all of the
I don't think I was
the
alive when
the TikTokification of Etsy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, scale an Etsy store to $12,000. Today we're gonna figure out how to do it. Obviously, this is if you want to do a real Etsy store. All right, I'm talking like actual handmade stuff, correct?
Yeah.
So
Etsy actually doesn't allow like not handmade. It's against their policy.
The thing is, so that's what Maseo said too when I was talking about this before the episode. But if you go on TikTok now, people are finding ways to like trick it, and it is overrun with dropshippers now. I think they're trying to crack down.
Oh man!
But the unfortunate state of Etsy right now, from what I can tell, is that it's a lot of dropshipped products and stuff. So that's not what this episode is. This is not a how to dropship your stuff on what is supposed to be a handmade goods marketplace. This is the real deal. So we'll jump right into it. First question I think is the natural one going into this. Why did you start an Etsy store? What like did you have something that you'd been making and you're like, okay, I could sell this? Did it go from selling in person to migrating to Etsy? What was the path?
Yeah, so starting off, we're going to go back to 2020. I was 14. It was before my birthday, so around April. And, COVID is in the middle of it, and I'm just bored out of my mind. I'm broke as hell, but, I mean, who isn't when they're 14? But I've always been a really creative person, and I like to get really fixated on something and just do it for hours and hours and hours. And I was good at doing it with my friends, it's kind of a girly thing to just paint each other's nails or whatnot. But I got pretty good at it, and I started to just buy random supplies on Amazon, and people like family members and friends kept telling me you should really do something out of this and sell it. And so that's where the Etsy came in. I looked into the other sort of shopping styles like Shopify or whatnot, but I really liked Etsy because of how like personal it is, and how when you go to small businesses, it's always such good customer service, and that's why you go for the personification. And I really wanted to be able to offer that to people. So that's why I started. I also just love how something so tiny as like having nails that don't, like, you don't spend $80 or something. Like it's affordable, especially during COVID when people couldn't go out if that was something that they'd like to do. And it just made people feel a little bit more better about themselves and a little more confident. And I like how I could give that to them.
Follow-up question.
Go for
You
it.
said that you said this briefly. You considered other online marketplaces, shop things to use. Does Etsy like take a cut? I don't know. I've never used it, so
Yeah. So I honestly haven't fully figured it out just because I feel like it's constantly changing. But if I go, let me just go back to an old transaction so I can give you accurate information.
I'd hope it isn't anything like ridiculous.
It's not. The only thing that happened is they did change it and make it a little bit more expensive in the last year, but nothing super major. It really only impacted you like as a business if your products were like high quantity but low cost. So if it was like $5 or under, then it was like you're fucked. But so first of all, whenever you list an item, it's 20 cents, and that is recharged every 4 months. You can put that on manual or automatic. It depends if you have thousands of products, you're probably going to do automatic. Or for your bestsellers, you could just do manual. And then their light phone is so slow right now.
And I wonder, like, because other things like Shopify, you just play like flat fee. I don't know if there's any, if they take a cut on top of like paying $30 a month for a store, but is Etsy, there's no setup cost for a store. It's just free, but they just take a cut for each product you sell.
Right. So then there's the shipping transaction, obviously, which it's like around $1. And then the labels, which you can print directly through Etsy. And that's what I've always done. I just print it out on my printer and then cut it out and use like tape to put it on. That's always worked. With your question you just had, Etsy is a free platform to sell on until you hit, I believe it's 50 products, 50. And then that's when you have to start paying extra. My cat. She's going to keep doing that.
I'm here for it.
That's Chloe, she's in the podcast too.
All right. I'll let Maseo go.
All right. Wait, one question really quick. What are you selling? Did you say
Press on nails? Press on nails. Yeah. Okay. So, do you want me to like go through the process of it? Because I wouldn't expect you guys to know what that is.
It's like
sure.
They're like it's fake like nails that you put on.
You just like press it over your real nail, right?
Yeah, you do. So a lot of people don't know. Like I tell them I sell press-on nails, and they're like, "What the heck is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's why I asked."
Yeah. What's the product cost on that? How much were you selling these for? Just for like?
Yeah. So actually, this is so cool. My cost, I got cheap at one point because I was getting so many orders. I'm like, okay, how can I make the most profit for myself while still giving the quality? I cannot tell you. I've spent hours on Amazon just scrolling so far down to find the best price for the tiniest things, because there is surprisingly so many products that goes into just a nail set. It's not just nail polish and your little plastic nails. So you, first of all, you go on Amazon, and here, I actually have it right here. I have all my nail stuff like on my right. Okay. You guess these. All right. Okay. They go from 18 millimeters to 9 millimeters. I could look at anybody's fingernail and tell you how many millimeters across, but with how many nails I've made. I'm like that. That's 14 millimeters right there. But you get these, and probably so blurry, but they're clear and they're thin and they're bendy. Okay. Yeah. Then you have a base coat, and then your nail polish, your design and then the final thing. And then there's a nail file, a glue, a alcohol prep pad, a little bag to go with it, the tissue paper, the stamp, the box, the note, all of that. That probably it costs anywhere from $1.80 to like $2.25 max in the entire time that I've done my business, because obviously it's fluctuated because I've changed products and tried different things. But I was charging at one point like $40. When I was off and traveling, I had to raise my prices so much because the orders would not stop and I could not be there to complete them. So my my profit is very, very high in relativity to the cost, which is so awesome with this specific product.
So is the shipping cost more than the cost of like that it costs you to
Yes.
make the nails themselves? Okay.
Yeah.
No way.
The shipping cost pretty consistently is like $3.55. I don't know why it's like that specifically, but it's just always.
Did you pay for it? Or did you not include that in the price? Did the customer pay for that?
That's gone back and forth. I've like pretty much changed it a lot, whether it's free shipping or like I pay for it. I'll just like change the product price. I actually find that it's just more beneficial for them to pay for it. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos saying if you offer free shipping, then they're more likely to buy it, but I just personally haven't really experienced that.
Okay.
I think people forget that they have to pay for shipping. So
wait, so okay. If you're doing free shipping, let's say it's like what, $5 then is your total shipping and product cost ish? Is that ballpark? Yeah.
Yes.
And you're charging $40 for these?
Anywhere from 25 to 40.
That is crazy,
like I said,
margins. That is so good.
Yeah.
That is wow.
And you want to take a guess at like how much time it takes me for one?
If I'm a customer, all right, I'm hoping it's like if I'm a customer, I'm hoping it's at least 30 minutes to an hour, I'd say.
It's 45.
Okay,
45.
okay. Good.
That's average.
I think
it could be fast. It's like 20 though.
Really? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Just like
Wow.
I think the longest it's taken me to make one nail set is probably 2.5 hours.
Okay.
That's like
So
for
then-
something incredibly complicated or just tedious. Because it's such a small canvas, you know, and you have these really, really, really fine brushes that, I mean, it's really small.
But if it takes you 45 minutes to make it, you're making like $50 an hour doing this. Ish.
Yeah.
Those margins
That's
are like seriously impressive. Like,
Thank you.
how did you get like? I mean, obviously, I'm guessing there's a lot of trial and error when it comes to like setting your prices. But was there any like market research that went into it to like set that initial price? Did you like, see what other people were selling for? Because all I know right now, like with like the media business and stuff, I feel like I'm undercharging and I should probably charge more, like, and people would still pay for it. But I'm like, oh, okay, I'm like not an adult. But I guess on Etsy, you're not expected to be an adult, one, and also you don't need to like show your face or anything like that. So you can kind of like play with the pros.
I wasn't about to go tell people that they were getting in business with a 15-year-old. So you're right there. I also, my texting style is, I guess you consider more mature because, I mean, it is crazy. Honestly, this is kind of off the track, but when it comes to customer service, that is probably one of the biggest things that's helped me grow and really stand out. Because, you know, you can only go so far with photography and SEO and having the right title and the right description and the right shipping and price. You know, that only takes you so far. You have to become personable as a business within yourself. But something that people loved and made my review rate like 40% or something is my customer service. Every time I got an order, I sent them a direct message. I was like, hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for your order. How are you doing today? Like, I want to know about your day and you as a person. And sometimes I would get a fine, you. And other times I'd be like, I'm actually having like a rough thing. Like, thank you so much for asking. Like, tell me about it. Like, I actually made a really close friend. She's probably like 30. I only have her profile picture, but she and I we got a connection, and she's my most loyal customer. She probably ordered like 8 times over the span of 2 years. And her name, I'm just gonna call her Jay. But when I went on a break for my business, which is kind of right now because I'm busy doing other things, I got a new job. She sent me a letter saying just like how much she loved my business and how she noticed that my shop was on a break, and how she was just telling me about what was happening, because during the time that she first started ordering from me, her friend had cancer and another friend had cancer, and she was in the middle of everything, and I was just there to like be a listening ear for her and support and offer her, like I said, this little aspect of beauty that just makes her day better in any sort of way. But this personification with a business, a company, is really what makes it stand out and keep those people coming back and reordering.
Wow. That's
actually crazy.
Yo, hey, everyone, can we get the podcast to a 40% review rate too? I'm just saying. I mean,
that'd be great.
We gotta start shooting DMs to all our followers.
Well, so you were doing
wait, I actually want to calculate right now. I feel like it's higher than 40. Give me
higher than 40%.
Okay.
Wow.
Press on nails and a therapist on one.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's crazy. I
Maseo,
think ours is at
our review rate?
10%. Cat.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's 44%.
Oh
yeah, no, ours is like, it's like 10. How many?
And
what,
half of those, oh my cat.
We get like 100 listeners per episode, and we have like, I don't know, 6 reviews on Apple, and like,
yeah,
what, 20 on Spotify or something.
I give a decent amount on Spotify.
Yeah, decent amount on Spotify. But hey, everyone, go leave a review if you haven't, please. Thank you.
Yeah, half of those reviews are about my customer service. Really.
Dang.
It goes far.
So like, besides your customer service, like, what are some other steps that you think that like really helped grow your business?
I know it's lame and repetitive, but consistency. I was on there every day. I was posting products every day. And I want to say with this, it's not the same as it was in 2020. The nail salons were closed. People literally could not go if they wanted to. I had so many clients that were like, oh, this is my first time ordering press-on nails because, I can't go in. I can't go anywhere. So it's definitely, I'd say, gone down a little bit and gone cheaper. But with starting any business, whether it be press-on nails or something else, whether it be Etsy, Shopify, Amazon, you can't expect an overnight success. And I think that's the problem with our generation, is that they want to make a lot of money and they want to make it quickly and they don't want to put a lot of work in. That's not how the world works. Like, wake up, literally get out of your bed, stop scrolling on TikTok and put in some damn work, because it's not going to go anywhere. I was lucky that I had so much time during COVID because I was staying until 12 almost every night, doing orders, making products, working on my SEO, looking on YouTube for SEO. I don't have to, nobody has to, in my opinion, pay for these $1,000 courses on 100% guarantee that you'll get 1,000 sales on Etsy. Like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. It's simpler than that. There's plenty of free advice online if you just look for it. It's not too good to be true. It's just that if you're not if you don't know the knowledge, you're just being lazy about it. Point blank.
That was actually a
So
question we had.
being
Yeah,
consistent.
that actually is a question that we have.
One of the questions we had was like, any YouTubers, like, how did you? I didn't know if you were like learning this on your own, just trial and error. If you had
Oh.
like, I mean, hey, if you want to get specific, if you have any specific YouTubers that like helped guide your SEO, all of your Etsy strategies and stuff, just off the top of your head, you don't need to go look anything up. But
Wait, I have this one girl. Hold on.
okay, go for it.
Hold on.
Maseo is our little SEO expert because it's his name. We call him SEO, which is SEO. His like profile picture and
Oh,
everything.
yeah?
His profile picture, all of that is literally just like SEO. So, like that's what it was, right? Maseo, your
Yeah. It
profile
was
picture is
like
everything?
taken straight off like a business presentation that I found,
That's funny.
and then I inverted the colors
What
to
on?
make it black and blue.
Yeah.
There is. There's this one specific girl that I watched a lot of videos on. I was a complete consumer when it came to learning about SEO and all that good stuff. I will say it's not as complicated as a lot of people want to make it out to be. I think that applies to many topics in life, actually. Like, life is simpler and than what you think of it.
Wait, so you're telling me
But-
I should refund the course on SEO that I just paid $2,000 for?
Oh, dude. Why don't we-
Maseo, you're the one. Maseo, I bought it from you. You're my SEO teacher now.
No, really,
Stop
if I
telling
were
them
to
this stuff.
break down SEO in very simple terms, it's like keywords that aren't too oversaturated but aren't also too undersaturated. And you have to find an exact happy middle point. And there's like apps or websites that you can use for that. I remember I used one time and I got them all like perfectly like green light, you're good. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I did like hours of research into it, and that's probably why I know I'd say quite a bit about it. But I want to mention one thing with SEO on Etsy that I found out, which from this girl who her name is Kate Hayes, by the way. That's KATEHAYES. Is when you go to an Etsy product, if you just scroll down, you'll see other like products or kind of like similar ideas, but under those are literally the tags that they use. So, for example, let me just like, wish I could share my screen.
I mean, you can.
You can. You kind of leave out the audio listeners.
Okay,
but...
let me. It's okay. I don't need to. But
Okay.
just go to any product on Etsy and scroll down, and there are like a list of products, but they're tagged, and
Okay.
that is what you use. Also, specifically with press-on nails, oftentimes people just put the tags in their title. That's just how it goes. It's pretty consistent among all people, all businesses with that. So
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
yeah, just looking at the best sellers, I just filtered out, hey, what are the popular designs and what are the keywords? And then I did that for mine. Obviously, I did my best to never ever copy exactly what they do, because that's just bad business practices in my opinion. Plus, if I make a product that is a copycat of another's, what makes mine any special if they're gonna do it cheaper? Because my prices are higher than most people. And it would, like, I think it's an average of $16 for press-on nails, but my experience is what raises my price.
I feel like also for any business in general, you might think it's a good idea to like set your prices low and stuff. But
Sure.
what I find is like by setting your prices higher, you kind of like set yourself up for a more premium customer base, which are the people that you want to be selling whatever to anyway. And you can artificially make yourself a more premium product. Like, I don't know.
I love how you said that. My dad told me pretty much the exact same thing. He's like, Emma, you can do $16 nails or you can do $40 nails. there's audience for both. However, the people who are going to spend $16 for the people who are going to spend $40 are a completely different kind of person.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I loved how the analogy of like luxury brands, they don't run sales. They don't have
I
coupon
know.
codes. It's like, this is valuable and people desire that. And they don't drop down their price. Gucci bag, 50% sale. Like,
And
no,
it's not like the
never heard of
product's any better. Like, I mean, it can be,
No.
but it doesn't
I mean,
need
like,
to be
yes,
leads better.
but
Yes, but like
right.
not
Yes,
not
but
by
no.
the amount more that you're charging, you know?
Yeah.
That's a huge piece of advice for any business you want to start. Set yourself as the premium product. You get to determine what you are, and you can just like
Exactly.
charge
And
more.
I do think most people undercharge because they don't have enough confidence. They don't think that their product is good enough or that it doesn't really relate to other products, when really, like, you gotta be your own cheerleader if you're gonna start a business, because it requires dedication, discipline, motivation's not always gonna be there. So
I feel like
just
take
being
how much you
consistent.
think you should be charging and double it is not
Yeah.
crazy. Like that's like
It's not.
like
It's
you could,
really not.
I
I mean, I even saw that personally. Like I said, when I was on a trip, I was making my prices so freaking high that even I wouldn't buy it at that price, and people were still buying. I'm like, what? I didn't know this was possible. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
All right. I know you just talked a lot about SEO, and you like I don't know if that kind of counts as marketing. Any other marketing strategies you used? This is were you TikTok marketing, social media, anything like that, or was it all just natural like Etsy lead generation?
I tried TikTok. That failed. I tried Instagram. That failed. I tried Pinterest. That also failed. However, if I were to restart, I absolutely would invest in Pinterest, and I would run ad campaigns, because TikTok and Pinterest are heavily intertwined, more than any other social media platform. I would also hop on Facebook because it is so easy to like buy off of ads on Facebook. My parents are perfect examples of that. I can't tell you how many shirts there are of like, Facebook's really good at personalizing ads for you. So I would hop on that. But when I was doing it, all of my marketing was coming from Etsy. When you have a new product, how Etsy SEO works is it'll push it out first and foremost on a first bar. When you're looking up a product, you'll see a bar of 4 products and like new listing. And then you'll see under that the bestsellers, the popular releases, all that good stuff that's proven to do well. So Etsy likes to see like testing out your product kind of like in, I guess it also works in TikTok, though I'm not familiar with that algorithm because it's complicated. So I've heard. But it was all Etsy, and they have their own SEO. They have their own marketing ways. You can run ads. Personally, I haven't found a lot of success in that, but I've heard other people who have like opposite results.
How much does it? So you tried it though? You tried running ads
I
on
did
Etsy?
try
Does it
it.
just
I
like
did try it.
It's like on Amazon where you can pay to get your product like the top or something like that, sponsored or whatever they call it? Okay.
Yeah. So there's also another spot on the Etsy page where it's like, this is an Etsy ad, by the way. You can spend anywhere from $1 a day to I think it's like $9.99.
Oh wow.
So I did do that for a little while. I also heard if you're going to do it for at least 2 weeks, and if it doesn't work, then you should probably stop. Like if it's not working by that point, you can have it be like certain amount of money for a certain product. You don't have to do all products. So if you have a bestseller and you want to run an ad campaign, you could just do that bestseller, and that might lead people to go to your shop. But it just gives you a ton of analytics with Etsy ads too, which is really helpful to see like the clicks and then the profile views and then obviously the sales.
All right. I have a question. You touched on this briefly, you started this during COVID, so that might have helped a little bit. But managing
Yeah.
your time between the business. Oh, Maceo's Wi-Fi cut out. That's why
Oh,
he left. I think.
shoot, yes, yes.
He just messaged me. He's like, Wi-Fi's going out. I'm about to bail. But you started this during COVID and everything, so school wasn't as much of a time consumer. But how did you manage the business in school? Even like now, I know you're kind of like shifting away
Yeah.
from it a little bit with your job and everything. But how did that time management work?
Okay. Well, most of it was in COVID, I will say. COVID definitely lasted over a year. And like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years. So it was really about 8 months that I was in school while having the business. By that time, COVID had begun faltering out. Nail salons were opening up. So my business started also declining. I was still doing the same stuff. I was still researching my SEO, but the market was not the same. So with my extra time, I'm a pretty fast person when it comes to schoolwork and everything. That was easy for me to manage. I also find that when you have more tasks to do in your life, your time management skills become better. And when you have nothing to do, your time management skills are absolute shit. Which is why summer is like literally the most unproductive, even though you have the most time. I forget the name for it. It was like, it's the psychological name, but I'm not going to remember. I just did it in my free time. I already had the base set down because that's the hardest part of starting a business. After you have set the foundation, you've created the products, you got in your groove with it all, it becomes almost passive and second nature.
Yeah. So
takes a while though.
Yeah.
Totally. But so besides time management, like what other troubles did you face?
Right. I think that it started becoming more saturated, and because of that, I had to get really, really good at the fine nitty-gritty details, being like down to the tag. You can only do so many. There's 13 that's the limit. So you had to pick each one with severe caution. And then the photograph, everyone was doing the same thing. So do something different than what somebody else is doing. Better quality, different background, different kind of style, because people come to Etsy to have something personable and to have something different that they can't find anywhere else. Why would you spend $40 on something that you could have $15 on Amazon for the same product? Which is what I mentioned earlier. I don't do copy paste from other shops. That doesn't work out. I tried it, does not work out. The ones that did well is the ones that I couldn't find in any other shops. So I mean, it was really helpful that my dad is a photographer, because I was lucky enough to have the really, really nice equipment to take my photos with. But a lot of it beforehand was on my phone, and I worked just as well. You don't need fancy equipment to have a successful business. You just need to know how to work with the stuff that you already got. So doing your research, to answer Maseo's question more like specifically, is to do your research on the SEO, to really engage with, what am I trying to say? Really learning about the platform that you're working with, because there's always more to learn. If you think you know everything, you only know half. And to just like always keep yourself educated on it, because with social media or with marketing like Etsy, it's constantly changing. If you learn something new, it could be different next week for all you know. So really staying consistent with that too.
All right, you kind of hit on our last question. It was literally just like any other. Okay, we can get more general, but you kind of hit it. Any other like advice you would give to a teenager specifically wanting to start an Etsy store or business in general, anything like that?
Yes. Yes. I think that a lot of today, like, I don't know if have you guys seen those whole videos on TikTok or whatnot where it's like, forget motivation, discipline, like put your head down and grind for 6 months and don't have any friends. Do
Yeah, it's
not
pretty.
listen to that information because you are going to do it for 2 days and then your friend is going to ask you to hang out at the beach and you're like, I don't
Yeah.
care, whatever. So when you're starting a business, you have to make sure that it is something that you are passionate about and that gets you a feeling of excitement. And when you're doing it, you don't care if you're making money or not. It could be a hobby, but you have to love it because if you don't, you are going to stop. Like I said, motivation does not last forever. Neither does discipline. You cannot build a business if you do not love it. Or I do not believe that you can build a successful business if you do not love what you're doing. It's just not going to happen. So choosing something, a niche, whatever it is, there is something out there for everybody. If you think that no one is going to like your product or that there's not an audience for it, you're probably wrong. There might be a smaller audience, but that is what works best on Etsy, is something very, very specific that people are looking for. You would think that it's a more broad niche that works better, but it's the opposite.
Yeah. I think what you said is so true. I think all of the TikToks that you see, okay, specifically the get rich quick schemes. All right. So I'm talking,
Yeah.
okay, copywriting, wholesale real estate selling or whatever it's called, any form of like drop shipping, that ballpark of stuff. The reason no one is gonna do like good with that is because it sucks. It fucking sucks. Who wants to drop ship like taco holders or something random like that? Who wants to go browse Zillow all day trying to do wholesale real estate for like these random houses? Who wants to do copywriting? Like all of that kind of stuff. It's gonna be so hard to stick with and successfully scale because it's boring. It's not fun. So, I mean, yeah, Maseo and I have been doing this podcast for a year, man. The only reason it's gone this long is because we actually enjoy it, and it's just something that we can like do in our free time. And that's why we stick with it. But yeah, I think that rings true for anything. If you want to be able to get through that initial stage of starting a business, you gotta like it because it's gonna. It'll take.
You have to.
There will be trials and tribulations. It's gonna be hard to get through moments, and you just have to like what you're doing. So,
yeah, I mean, there were nights where I couldn't sleep because I was so excited about this like new idea I had in my head, like it. And I feel like there's an aspect of when you're like passionate about something, it almost like does well more. It's like that energy like feeding into it or something. Maybe you're just like working it more. But when I stopped loving it as much and when it became more of a chore, and I was like, crap, I got another order, when it used to, I'd be like, holy shit, I got another order.
Yeah.
But it started declining and I was just like not excited about it. And when I did get to that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a little break from the business. I'm not going to shut it down, but I am going to raise the prices to a very, very high level. So I would like almost never get an order and just kind of leave it and let it simmer for a couple months, and I'll return. Maybe the passion will come back. And what I found is that it didn't, and that's okay. I don't think that you need to hold on to something and try to always bring it back. Sometimes it's run its course and you can move on to more things because there's always something new to accomplish. There's always new opportunities and figuring better things.
Humans like new things, I think.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of people think that they should like pick a career and stay in that career for their entire life. Like, why the hell? Why can't you do like 5 years? Honestly, why not?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you?
I mean, yeah, I strive to be able to do that. I mean, like I can tell you personal experience, like with my video stuff. I've kind of like you got burnt out, took a break, got back into it. Now I'm feeling like the burnout again with all like the video editing and stuff. I'll get the natural break when school starts up again, I'm sure. But yeah, I think it's something that you have to any business you need to take breaks from it so you can get excited
Yeah.
about it again, because you're not going to produce your best work unless you're really into it. So yeah,
I agree.
teenage
I was
business
actually-
owner words of wisdom. There you go.
This isn't my first business, by the way.
What else have you done?
This is my
Let's get
second.
the lore.
Oh God. Okay. Sixth graders nowadays are going all on TikTok and selling weed in the bathroom. When I was in sixth grade, I was selling my slime. I was at recess
Oh
with
my
my notepad.
gosh.
I'm like, was that a bubblegum slime, but you wanted it blue? You want foam beads? It's only 50 cents more. Okay. That's what I was doing. And I did that all from sixth grade to like middle school. I was in the library, and on Fridays I had slime day where I brought my slimes so people could test them out and then
No
make
way.
me in cash. I was making I think in my sixth grade, because I transferred to, I was homeschooled for half of sixth grade because I did gymnastics for 6 years, and then I stopped because awful injury. Anyway, I went to sixth grade for 4 months and I made $350, but that's pretty darn good for an
That is so
11-year-old.
good for.
Right,
great.
right. And I was
Oh my
charging 50 cents or $1. So
That's a lot of slime.
yeah, I know. Oh my God, you should have seen when we had carpet. My mom got fucking pissed at me because there was just slime all over the carpet.
That
all
is so
the
funny.
time. Oh, I have videos. Oh my God. Actually, I made a social media page for my slime on Instagram, and it got to 2,000 followers, which was really, really cool. Wait, I think it's still up. I have the app, but I don't have I don't follow anyone or any of that.
Middle school businesses were the best. I think my sister had a slime
Honestly.
thing. My thing that I did with my friend Benson, who's now at Chim Typhoon, we started a fidget spinner business right when fidget spinners were peak. We would just no way.
1400.
That is crazy.
What?
You gotta recycle that. Those followers have to be worth something. Turn it into something for whatever your next business is. If there's anything DIY related,
Oh my God!
I'm sure the followers the same.
Listen to this bio. This is middle school at its peak. Tee slime is my life. Love my 1.8K. You are a special person in this world.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God! I had 300 posts. Jesus.
300?
300?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was invested.
Dude, those were the good old days.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Seriously.
Thinking about the fidget spinner business, I think
Oh my God,
We
that
tried
was
to-
totally fifth grade.
we tried. No, we did. We tried to make a fidget spinner. We
Make
got,
one?
We bought. All right, we bought ball bearings
Yeah.
and we got aluminum and we tried to. This is we're sixth grade or fifth graders
yeah, this
trying
is
to
fifth grade.
weld ball
Oh,
bearings together
What?
into
Stop.
a
Did it
fidget
work?
spinner. Of
Did
course, we had
it
the help
work?
of Benson's dad. No, it didn't work. It was it looked like a fidget spinner, but it wasn't. It wouldn't spin right because you have to get it perfectly balanced, or else it's not gonna spin right. So that's why trying to weld by hand, it just doesn't work. But we connected the bearings into almost a triangle, but no, it didn't.
Oh my
We
God.
tried, and then we just went back to buying and reselling. But
Do you remember how there was the squishy selling era too with the
yeah,
fidget
that was
spinner?
after fidget
That was,
spinners and slime,
That was
right?
maybe a couple months. I feel slime. It went slime after the fidget and squishy. It was still there, but not as
Mhm.
not as much.
Dang.
But it was
yeah,
the kawaii.
yeah.
Oh, they smell
Yeah.
so good. Oh my God! I remember just being past them sniffing my skin.
Yeah, I think that one came to at least our schools a little bit
Mhm.
later. I think that was almost middle of middle school or something. But yeah,
Okay,
No,
I was
all of those-
at Vine Hill in Scotts Valley during
Uh-huh.
fifth grade, so it might have been a little different.
yeah, all of our little microbulbs. But no, taking advantage of the trending things at your school. If there are any children listening to this podcast, you gotta get on that. Anytime there's any
Seriously.
trend or physical product that people want to buy, Just like go into Alibaba. It'll take like a month to get to, but then just like resell them. Strat. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to hold you too long. We're like 45
It's
minutes.
okay.
Maseo and
Unfortunately,
I've-
I'm like wide awake right now, so
But yeah, just give up on the sleep. Just give up on it. You just go to bed at
honestly,
like
It-
2.
you
it's
know
too
what?
late for
It's
sleep.
fine. I can sleep. I can make it up tomorrow. I can
Okay.
stay up. I only have like a 6-hour.
Make it up on the 4th of
of
July.
You know what? I'll make it up on the 5th. I'll make it
Yeah,
up on
make
the
it up
5th.
on the
Yeah,
5th.
it's just
Because
like
I'm gonna
sleep
get
debt,
so excited. I'm gonna get so excited from the AP exam scores, or I'm gonna get so sad that I'm just gonna like want to stay in my bed all day. It'll be perfect.
Exactly.
It works both ways.
All right, Maseo and I have some killer Etsy store ideas. Maseo, do you want to go
Go.
first?
I want to hear. I want to
Okay,
hear.
I remembered
these.
mine. I remembered mine.
I might
Okay.
steal them from you, so don't give me your best one.
I mean, well, okay. Hey, anything that we say on this podcast, unless we say "do not steal this," is free reign for the viewers to take. That's like we've only used the "don't steal this" card like a couple times, right?
Well, how
I think
about
like
I like
twice.
rewatch this? Then technically, I am a viewer.
Yeah, there you go. I guess so.
Huh.
What we say is, if you want to steal our ideas, whenever we say the don't steal this, if you want to steal it, you got to compete with us. So it's like we'll see.
Oh, we'll see. I don't think you guys have made a store with like 12,000.
No,
yet,
I've
so
never made an Etsy store.
good
I don't
luck.
plan on it.
Good luck.
No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll teach you if you ever do.
Okay.
After my idea, you're gonna want to make one, okay?
Right?
So-
Hit us, Maseo. I have
so-
my money ready. I'm ready to invest, dude.
Okay, so it's what you were just talking about, right? Playing off the trends at your school.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed this, but right at the end of the school year, did you notice what the trend was starting to be? Like what people wanted?
No. What was
And
it?
okay, wait.
It's like very
The
end of
key
school
things.
year,
Throw your keys around. The spinner things. I saw those on
like,
TikTok.
no, but those are cool. But
Okay.
it's
How many
oversaturated.
more guesses do I get? How many more guesses do I get? Give me a
One
hint, give
more.
me a hint.
Final guess.
Hint. Like a tiny hint.
You like play with it, like it's a
For what? It's a toy. Okay, just go.
That's so
just go.
helpful.
kind of. I don't.
Just go. I give up.
Okay, well, it was hacky sacks.
Really?
Did you
Oh,
you
what?
never see them?
I guess a
We
little
have a
bit.
hacky sack. We have a hacky sack club at after it's 2 kids. Are you sure that was trending?
Hacky
No,
sack
I
club.
promise you. No, there was
Oh,
literally
God.
okay. No, there was literally a fight in the school parking lot over a hacky sack.
Oh my gosh, no.
No.
Maseo, I did see this.
Yes,
I totally
yes.
saw this.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Uh-huh,
It's real.
It's
People
coming
like
back now.
hacky sacks. People are fighting over hacky sacks.
The last day of school when I was leaving, I saw people playing with hacky sacks in the parking lot. Last day.
Yes,
Okay.
I literally watched this dude get like a insane concussion fighting over a hacky sack in the parking lot. Like,
They're to die
'cause
for.
I was-
Our product is to die for.
okay, so like 4 days ago, I was hanging out with some kids that go to Scotts Valley that like I met through a mutual friend, and we were
Uh-huh.
at REI, right? And
Yeah.
all of them bought hacky sacks. There were 9 of us. 8 people bought hacky sacks at REI. It was insane.
Really?
Everyone wants a hacky sack, and a hacky sack. They look
Why?
pretty handmade
Why?
always.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand.
It's because
So
you
you get a
can.
hacky
You
sack.
okay? To explain it, you juggle them with your feet. It's like, you know how you juggle a
Yeah.
soccer ball. You do that with a
Yeah.
hacky
Yeah.
sack, and that's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
It's-
Right?
You're just kicking a hacky
Yeah,
sack. Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not hard to hand make one of those. Like my little sister made one. She like crocheted.
You could probably
a hacky
crochet
sack.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
my
how to
sister
crochet. I
crocheted
can
a
make
hacky sack. And so I was thinking, is what we do is I have my sister make like 2-3 hacky sacks, right? And so here's my proof, right? Like I
You're like,
document this
"Hey,
process
sister,
of her
give me
making these.
$5."
You lock your
And
sister
then-
in the garage and force her to make hacky
No, no, no,
sacks, and
no,
you
no, no,
sell
no.
them, and then you lie about how much money you make, and you give her like $5.
No.
I love it.
Oh, this is perfect.
No, so
Child labor, right?
Yeah.
okay, no, it goes deeper than this. Okay, so I get my sister right, and I record her making these few hacky sacks. So
Oh,
Etsy ever asked me about like, oh, did you hand make these hacky sacks? I'm gonna go, yeah. I even have videos of me and my sister making these, and then I call up China. I outsource my creation of hacky sacks. I'm making hacky sacks for 2 cents a piece, a cent a piece, and I'm mass importing these to the United States, and I'm selling these on Etsy. I'm selling these in person. I'm selling these on
Genius.
eBay, on Amazon.
Oh my
I'm
god.
advertising on TikTok, on Instagram. I'm going up to people.
Maseo,
like,
you
hey,
got to
you
make
want
your
a hacky
sister.
sack?
Your
You want
sister
a
has to be
hacky
the
sack?
face of the business. She's making every
Exactly.
single
A
one
little
of these, as
9-year-old
far as the
or what,
customer
a
knows.
A 10-year-old making hacky
It's
sacks.
it's
It's
her
so
business.
wholesome.
Yeah. Dude, that's oh my gosh, Maseo, this is great. It's like you see that TikTok I sent you? It's like the me hiring Indians to outsource my work thing. It's, pay him a $15 monthly wage. It's like that, but for hacky sacks. So I think this is strat, dude. I think it's heavily scalable, but you need to jump on it fast. This has a timer on it because these trends like they expire. They have an expiration date on them. But hey, I mean, if anyone thinks they can get this together in like a month before the start of the school year, I'm just saying. I think
You're
this is a
golden.
winner. Okay, I like the hacky sack idea. Maseo, I would just hand you money for this one. We don't even need to get into numbers.
Appreciate it.
But I think mine has a little bit more longevity. All right, I don't know if it has
Okay.
the viral potential, the profit margins of yours, but it has more longevity. All right, here's what I'm thinking. People actually do this, but I think there's a way to scale this. All right, so the first time I saw, okay, my idea, I'll just put it out there. It's basically making funny T-shirts based on trends and just having insanely quick turnaround time. So as soon as like something happens, then you can get the T-shirt out there. The first time I saw something like this, remember when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed like a couple months back? This person made T-shirts that say like Silicon Valley Bank spring intern or whatever. It's like spring risk management intern or something funny like that. I wanted one of those shirts so bad. I think we're still gonna make some. But then more recently, there was when the sub imploded. Someone made like Ocean Gate summer intern, safety inspector intern or something like that. So, and then like of course like back to like historical trends like Liam Brothers, 2008 risk management intern or something like that. So you just anytime anything newsworthy comes up, it doesn't even need to be like the example I was doing with like the
People are kind of
intern
already
things.
doing that.
People are doing it,
that.
but people sell
Because-
out. How do you sell out? No, you need to like I would have got this T-shirt, but no, they're sold out. They don't run it long enough. They don't keep it going. People are doing it. I think you can do it better. All right, because I think like one, if you want to have the fastest turnaround time, you need to. There's a little bit of an upfront investment because you can do like direct to garment like DTG printing, but then there's going to be like crazy shipping times and manufacturing times to make it, and to get your own sample it would take a while. So I think you need to get like screen printing stuff, and you need to get a ton of blanks, and every time you see a trend, just whip up a T-shirt, make a TikTok about it, and then actually keep up production so you can cash in on these orders. Because I mean, like at least for what I saw, they were like sold out like that. It's like you could make a lot more money if you like just keep that up. But I don't know. That's my idea. I think people are doing it. It's definitely saturated, but a lot of the people that are doing direct to garment, so they don't have the marketing of being able to like actually wear the shirt and show a physical product. It just looks like something that was like thrown up in Photoshop essentially.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I've seen those.
I don't know.
I always want to buy them.
I've seen those too.
Right?
I've seen
wanted
like
to buy
crappy
them
ones,
multiple
but
times.
also good ones.
I think when you show an actual product that's like screen printed, then that takes a lot of the worry out of it, because it feels like you're doing business with a real person and you can see that the product is actually like quality and not just going to be like crap printing. So
Yeah.
I think you have to do it. You have to do the printing yourself. You have to buy the screen printing stuff, but I don't think screen printing stuff is insanely expensive to buy, like a basic kit, and blanks are cheap as heck. So I don't know. I think there's a market if someone wants to.
There definitely is. It's a little saturated, but it is.
Our friend Evan already has. He was like gonna start a clothing brand. He never did. He has like a ton of screen printing stuff just like sitting at his house. This one is for Evan. Evan needs to try to do this. Or if not, I mean, hey, we're gonna make Silicon Valley Bank shirts.
Equipment.
If anyone listening to this pod wants an SVP spring risk management intern shirt, let us know. We'll send you one. But
I just noticed like all of us are matching with our shirts. We're all wearing
we
white
are
shirts.
all wearing white shirts. It looks like it's planned.
Not planned. Not planned.
So yeah, that's my idea. I think it could work. You do have competition though.
Definitely
so
could.
You'd have to stand out.
Definitely
but
could.
This almost doesn't even need to be Etsy. Etsy would be easy, but you could make any use any e-commerce
I think Shopify
website.
would be better than Etsy.
Shopify would be better, I think. So
you can like tie in Shopify with Etsy and just like make it passive income with, this is what I want in the t-shirt. And, you select the size and the kind of shirt, and then it's just passive from that point. Shopify does everything. They make it, they send it. Like,
see, that's the thing. I think that would be easy, but then you don't have
it's
the physical
so saturated.
Product. So I think how you set yourself apart is with
sends,
like the physical
product.
It
just sends directly to them. Yeah. Do you mean like making it at your house?
I mean, you make it at your house because when someone is doing no, I get what you mean. I think the direct to garment, the direct to consumer printing of all those shirts, that is extremely saturated. You're not going to sell anything. I think if you actually are making the product yourself and you show in a TikTok video you making them and you show like the quality printing, you sell exponentially more and people will just want to buy from you more.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's more personable.
Yeah, exactly. With your really strategies and everything, you can use all of your Etsy strategies that you talked about to scale it. So there you go. All right, Emma, I don't know if you have any Etsy store ideas that have been in the back of your mind that you want to give for free.
Man, you should have told me before we went on the podcast. That
you don't know? Every time we have a guest on. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if Iman shared an idea or not. But
I think
he did. He did.
I don't remember that episode.
No, he did. I remember it. I mean, I don't have any right now.
All good. Next time you come on the podcast, you can come with like 5 of them and just
okay. No pressure. No pressure. My $1 million ideas.
$1 million Etsy store idea. No. All right. That I think we're good. We're good. This is a long episode. We better let you go and get some limited amount of sleep. But thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hours, probably.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can still get like 6 hours is like maybe pushing it. Hey, Emma, whenever you sleep, you have to sleep in 90-minute increments, right?
I've heard about yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it works. It works.
But don't do it. If you're gonna take a nap, don't do it longer than 30 minutes. If you are you gotta make it 90.
Napping, you do 90 or you do 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Because 90 is one cycle, but
are there 5?
Huh?
Are there how many sleep cycles are there to complete an entire REM? Stages
of sleep.
I think it's like
there's
I think
3,
they're
right?
like there's
Isn't
REM.
just 3?
There's
the whole 8 hours of sleep thing is a total myth. It really should be 7.5.
It's 7.5. That's what I always do. 7.5.
I'm like 8. You're gonna that's an extra 30 minutes. You're gonna start the cycle again. No, you're gonna be tired.
5
that's what
stages.
7.5 seems the best. I mean 7.5. Yeah.
5?
N1,
was it 5? N2, N3, REM. That's 4. What the heck? Okay, maybe it's 4. I don't know, but yeah, that's the sleep hack of the day. 90-minute increments, people. That's all the whole school year. I would stay up. So it would be like midnight, and then I would be awake a minute past midnight. I'm like, oh no, looks like I have to go to bed at 1:30 now.
Yeah, I know.
Stay up a little bit past 1:30. Like, oh no, I guess I need to go to bed at 3 now. That was my excuse for staying up later the whole school year. But I mean, hey, I guess it worked.
That A push gotcha. Staying up till 3.
What? It got messed up? But did you feel worse, Maseo?
I mean, I think so, because I was getting 4.5 hours of sleep every night.
Okay. Well, you gotta get to see the full benefits. Get your 7.
I think now I've got it down. Now that I can comfortably sleep 9 hours.
Yeah. I feel like I need to do more experimenting because it's roughly 90 minutes for everyone, but it varies a little bit.
No,
so I think by
for sure.
If you can find out exactly what time you fall asleep and then when you naturally wake up and just divide that and try to find what was close to 90, then I think
how long does it take you guys to fall asleep?
It depends.
You
It's
get
either like
that,
really
like,
if I'm like
depends,
really tired,
like ballpark.
5 minutes. But usually, like if I lay down in bed and I try to sleep, it's at least an hour. Often like
Yeah.
2 hours because I just
Why
like
is that?
I need I'm just thinking like I need to.
Just
if I wish I had a
ruminate.
switch, I could just like shut off the brain real quick.
Wouldn't that be nice?
New business idea: find a way to turn off your brain.
Your brain switch.
A brain
It's called
switch.
drugs,
Dude,
Sam.
yeah, it is
It's
called drugs. It is called drugs. Yeah. So no, if you could make a way where you could like have a little like thing that just injects something into your brain, like a little
You know,
switch.
if you hit right here really hard, it's actually like a switch. You shut
Really?
right off.
Yeah. Show us.
Yeah, you don't need to try
Mr.
right now.
Demonstrate.
Actually,
Mr.
all right, I got you.
No, that's how you end the podcast. And say it goes like this.
Yeah,
and it goes like
yeah,
over.
Maseo goes to bed. All right, that's it for this episode. Everyone, mark your calendars. Maseo and I will be back next week. Probably. Wait, you're going to Arizona again? Oh no.
No, we'll
Don't
get
get
it.
another
We'll get it.
throat
We'll get it.
infection.
We'll get it. We'll get it. It'll be a little office tour part 2. Just the same thing again.
There's equipment now. It looks cooler.
Like the ceiling crane.
It's like half completed. There's robots in there now, like
Really?
full robots, like big arms and stuff. Yeah, it looks cool.
Dang. Okay,
Mars
so
life.
maybe there will have to be a little office tour.
Give a little sneak peek.
A little sneak peek. All right, everyone. We'll see you next week. And yeah, Emma, if you want to plug anything, I don't know if you're still doing your Etsy shop. If anyone wants to buy press-on nails, I don't know if you're still filling orders, but
I am.
plug it.
Do you want
Okay,
like the name of it?
Yeah, the name. Plug
Yeah,
your name.
where can?
Oh, it's
Wow.
Coastal Nails. Coastal Nails.
Nails.
If you
Put in the
ever need to
description,
buy
too.
press-on nails, that's your spot. Yeah, that's it. We will see you next week, everyone. Maseo, do an outro or something.
What?
Do an outro. Emma, do you have an outro? I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, we all do it on 3. Ready?
Alright, ready?
1,
Ready?
2, 3.
3.
Here.